Okay, so decided to go ahead and start working on these torque converter bolts. And one thing I can tell you is when you get the ratchet, the 9/16 was pretty close to those bolts. I actually went over to a 14 millimeter socket, and that was even better. So 14 millimeter. Just a couple of things about this part of the job. This is specifically with getting these torque converter bolts out. One of the things that concerns me to this point is that obviously somebody's had this thing apart before. 3 of the 4 have come out with washers on them. This one is missing the washer. I know it's a little thing, but it's one of those somebody's been inside the transmission who doesn't care to pay attention to details kind of thing. If you're gonna put stuff together and you're gonna take it apart, you should want to do it the right way. The washers are there for a reason. Obviously, you ever worked on it before, didn't put the washer back in here for whatever reason, lost it, couldn't. I have no idea, but they didn't, and that concerns me because generally, previously when working on vehicles and things like that, what I come to find is when you're taking stuff apart and you start finding incidences like this, you have a higher likelihood of walking into a half-assed attempt on a fix on something. And in my experience, when people go in and they do things like that, it just causes more problems. So I'm a little skeptical about what I'm ultimately going to find when I get this thing apart. As I said, those are 14 millimeter bolts. I just about busted my tail. One of the things I did find is to get those to release, you are going to put a fair amount of leverage on those bolts in order to try to break them loose. And the flywheel here will attempt to turn. I got this little 2-inch C-clamp. Doesn't take a lot of pressure on it. I just C-clamp it right here in the opening where the starter would be. Just get it, a little thumb tight, snugged up, and that gives you plenty enough hold on the flywheel so it doesn't turn, so that you can get the tension on the torque converter bolts to break them loose. I just thought I'd make that and let you guys know that it's a little tip, just something you can do, and that's how I did it. Doesn't mean it's the only way to do it. The other thing is turning the flywheel. As you can see, this thing comes right off. You don't have to screw it down like it's the last coming here. So turning the flywheel to get to the next bolt. If you need to, you can just stick a flathead screwdriver in here and get a hold of the teeth. Try not to tear anything up. Just go to the next tooth. Slow and steady wins the race. Not going to the parts store today anyway, so and you can just turn the flywheel that way and advance the next bolt until it's where you want it to be to work on. I've been putting them just about 12 o'clock position. Haven't had any problems. Still waiting to crack my knuckles over there on that housing. Haven't done that yet. I still got 4 bolts to go, so but other than that, that's I just want to let you guys know that's kind of how I'm handling this torque bolt situation. All right, you guys have a good day.